Hello? Hello? My Lord Bishop, the protocol has been gone through. I beg to recognize everyone that protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, family and dear friends, today, I stand before you with a heart that is both heavy and grateful. Heavy with the sorrow of losing my beloved husband, Professor Khiddu, whom we've been calling Mata and Jaja Boy. I'm grateful for the incredible life we shared together. Professor was a man whose faith in God was the cornerstone of his life. He approached every aspect of his work and personal life with a deep sense of humility, always guided by his unwavering belief in God's wisdom and grace. In times of joy and adversity, he turned to his faith for strength. And it was this profound spirituality that shaped him into the remarkable man he was, a true embodiment of God-fearing soul. Mata was not just my husband. He was my partner, my confidant, my greatest support. Through the years, we faced the life's joys and challenges together, and in every moment, his strength and wisdom were guiding lights to me and our family. He was a man of deep integrity, unwavering commitment, and boundless love. As I reflect in our life together, I find comfort in the memories we created, memories of laughter, of shared dreams, of quiet moments, as you all know. All that has been spoken about him is true, but nobody brought out, I don't know whether it's a weakness or a strength. He was an introvert. I was his best friend. Khiddu was a man who touched many lives, not just as a scholar and a mentor, but as a friend, a father, and a husband. His kindness and generosity knew no boundaries. And his legacy, one of love, dedication, and profound respect for others. His love for the law and Rotary was immeasurable. He loved law. He loved the lawyers. I'm happy and grateful that you've honored him and you turned up in big numbers. Thank you. I remember him telling me one time when he attended a meeting in ICC headquarters. When he returned, he told me, even if I retire today, I've reached the pinnacle I had never dreamed to reach. To our children, I want to say how proud your father was of each of you. He loved you deeply and cherished every moment spent with you. The grandchildren too. Though he may no longer be with us in person, his love and guidance will continue to shape our lives. He lives on in you, and I see his strength and his spirit in each of you. Allow me to introduce one of his remaining brothers, Professor Ben Sebitosi. By the time Professor passed, he had just arrived in Cape Town. He had to come back, to cancel his trip and come back. We are grateful, Uncle. To all who knew him, to all who knew and loved Khiddu, I know that his passing leaves a deep void, but I also know that he would want us to remember him with smiles as much as tears. To honor his life by carrying forth the values he held dear. He was a man who believed in the power of kindness, the importance of education. Education was key to him, and the strength of community. Let us continue to uphold these precious values in his memory. I would like to, on behalf of the family, I would like to heartily thank His Excellency, the President of Uganda, who took off time to come and check on Professor Khiddu in hospital in Nakasero. I would like to thank him for all the support he has rendered to the family. I would like to thank Nakasero Hospital and all its staff for the love, for the care, and all the attention you gave Professor. I would like to thank, in a special way, Brigadier General Tumukunde and his teams for all the support. I would like to thank Professor's nurse, Nurse Darius Nuareva. Thank you for the work you did. I thank everyone that has had a hand in my husband's journey. My siblings, you are precious to me. My sisters, I love you so much. Till the day my relatives and my other friends, till the day he breathed his last. My dear husband, you have left an indelible mark in my heart, on the hearts of so many others. As we say goodbye, I want to thank you for the love you gave me and the children and grandchildren, the lessons you taught us all, and the life we shared. You will be deeply missed, but never forgotten. Rest in peace, Professor Khiddu Mata Ekejaja Boy. Your legacy will live on forever. Rest in peace. Thank you.
Mbadde nsaba ku lwa lutikko eno mukwase amabugo agavudde mu lutikko ekkanisa etambulira mu musana kakadde kamu mu emitwalo 8.
Ndimulaba, ndimulaba. mulaba bwendiyimirira ndokose ndemulaba.
We may want to speak louder, but sometimes the situation overwhelms us. Please bear with us. Dad so much loved us as a family. Other than what they talked about him, which you all know that went on in his political life. But on the other side, to us as a family, as kids, we knew who he was. So much kind and loving. Often joked, we couldn't believe. And, we loved it. I remember the meetings we had at home during when we were having dinner, the dining, the jokes we used to share, and that had a laugh. We could see the other side of a father. After all his work, we enjoyed it. But of course, this afternoon, he's here and he can't respond, much as we would want to say this and that. He guided us and cautioned us on many things. But of course, now that he's gone, who will do that for us? It has to be us now to guide ourselves. We will consult those to relate with, but he was central to our family and to us. I won't say much from here. My brother and sisters also have a few words to say. Fare thee well, Daddy. My name is Khiddu Makubuya.
Ssebo ne bannyabo, emitima mizito naye wadde tuli mu nnaku naye ate tubaaniriza okujja okukungubagirako famire yaffe, okusiibula taata waffe, mukwano gwaffe, menta waffe, atuyigiriza ebintu bingi. Nze ayimiridde wano mu maaso gammwe, nze Kimuli Ivan, ndi musawo, yampitanga musawo mutendeke, era nga buli lwannengera mpita musawo mutendeke. Yatandika okundabamu ak'obusawo nga nkyali muto, era nga nze neesunga nnyo okumutwalira ripooti yange ey'essomero. Nga bw'omutwalira ripooti yo nga wakoze bulungi, ng'akuwaayo kaswiiti, akugamba waako kaswiiti, ng'osanyuka era nga mbeera neesunga taamu okuggwako, era n'amanya nti nno akaliba akendo. Naye neebaza Mukama omukisa gwe yampa nate okufuuka omusawo, era nga bwe njogera mbadde nsaba abasawo bannange nga bakiikiriddwa Dr. Walakira basembere wano batubuulireko katono ku byasembyeyo mu bulamu bwe. Nga bwe bajja obanga Dr. Walakira bw'ojja, nyina abannyinaze wano benjagala nabo bababuuzeeko katono. Omu yatambudde lugendo n'omwami n'abaana okujja okubeerawo. Kyamukisa mubi tutulina bannaffe bo tebasobodde kukwata nnyonyi mu budde. muto waffe asembayo Kirabo Daniel Victor Kaweesa, Ennyonyi yagikutte ne Naamala Deborah n'agikwata ne Leah Nanteza, naye nsuubira nti saawa ze bayinza otwegattako obudde bujja kuba bugenzi olwaleero tuyinza kuba nabo nkya, naye neebaza Mukama ne neebaza maama kubanga embeera nze gye mbaddemu tebadde nnungi. Abakimanyi mbadde siriiwo era omukadde yalwala nga nakafuluma eggwanga mu Gwokuna. Saasobola kubeerawo. Basebo ne bannyabo oluusi biyitira naye bwe bityo bwe byajja. Maama weebale kumbeererawo okujjanjaba taata. Mukyala wange Lydia weebale kumbeererawo okujjanjaba taata. Baganda wange bakadde baffe bonna ababaddewo mwebale kuntubeererawo. Kampeeyo omukisa mwannyinaze Nabaggala ne Nampala nabo bababuuzeeko, ate Dr. Walakira atuwulire ebyasembayo kubanga sinze asaanidde ate okubyogera.
My name is Nabaggala Solomon Rebecca. Daddy, we love you so much. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Daddy, otuwadde example, otulaze ekkubo, otulekedde omugugu munene, ebigere binene, naye tugenda katufube ne baganda bange. Tubeerewo, we make you proud. Projects zonna ze waleka tugenda zikwata, tutandikire bwe wakoma. May your legacy live on, and we will do everything in our power and might to make you proud. Thank you so much, Daddy, for everything. May your soul rest in peace.
My name is Georgina Triasingura. Thank you so much for being here with us. Mwebale kutwagala, mwebale tubeererawo. When Daddy lost his mother many years ago, he told us that he kept a brave face, but he went into his office, locked himself in the room, sat in a corner, and cried his heart out. Cried so much. That he loved his mother so much. He used to drive to Home A, which is in Katiti, Even if it was 6 p.m. in the evening, he would drive, because for him it was important to see his mother every day. I mean, it was a different kind of love. And after he cried, he confessed to Uncle Makaka, he confessed and said, Chinuma, Mama Genze, Uncle Makaka namugamba. How old was Mommy when she passed? He told him the age. Agame myaka ejo jonna Mukama jamuwadde ku bulamu n'emyaka gyonna gy'akuwadde naye gy'olina okwebaza. So while we grieve and we are so heartbroken, we are so grateful. There are a lot of good things that have been said about Daddy. In the political realm, in the academic realm. I also got to experience him as a father. My God, it's so difficult for us to know where to begin and where to end with the good things that he did for us. He was the most present father. So present. I remember when I had finished university, I looked for a job. I really looked for a job so hard, like anyone else does. And eventually I got a job in a company called Mask. And when I did begin the job, a couple of months in, maybe about a year, I took a bold step and I interviewed for a position out of the country, but still within the same company. And I remember I did 7 interviews, and Daddy took me through each and every one of those interviews with Mommy. Each and every one. And when I was about to go for the second last interview, he told me, nga interview today. I explained it to him again. And then he said, you guys have this thing called the internet. LinkedIn. LinkedIn interview. So that's what I did. I went, I looked for the HR manager that was going to interview me for the job, and I saw as much as I could on her page, and I used that information to give us something in common to talk about. And she was so impressed, and I was so happy when I got home. I told Daddy that how well it went. And one thing led to another, and eventually I moved out of the country. But Daddy always said, Gigi, you have to come home. You come home as often as you can. And one time I told him that, but Daddy, coming home is expensive. And he said, what do you mean it's expensive? Ticket here, make. Ticket here, Dubai. So I told him the price. But I told him that it's not the ticket that's the issue. It's the fact that you have to buy gifts for people, and you have to appreciate your people. And he said, hey, Bidabo, you are the gift, you just come home. The last message that he sent me, it was a pen and paper guy, pen and paper, anyone who knows him. No amount of smartphone or computer, it didn't matter, he was pen and paper. The last message he sent me was 2 days after I had my son, and as usual, it started with a quoting of a Bible verse. And after he quoted it, he said, 25th of April will forever be a special day in your hearts because you've been blessed with another child, with a boy. May God bless him, and may God keep for him a place in heaven. And he ended the message by saying, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. That's the last message I have from him. It's almost as if he knew that that is the last message that he would send. That he has been so ill for so long, but he's been so strong for all of us. Anna njagala kubebaza mwenna abamulambudde, abatukumiza, abatubeereddewo. I didn't have the chance to see him in the last months before he passed. But I want to thank all our relatives, the people closest to us that really came through for us and managed to see him in his last days. I want to thank my friend Hazel, eyamulambulanga. Mukwano gwange, twasoma ffenna e Nabisunsa. Yalambulanga Daddy mwebale mulambula on my behalf. Yakwebaza n'omwami wange Terry naye yalambula daddy. Naye mwebale byonna. We are so heartbroken, but we are also so grateful. Thank you for standing with us. For all of you that have been there, all of you that are here. You're here because he meant so much to you or meant so much to someone that's close to him. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Katonda yeebazibwe. I've been requested to say something small. You know, we all know that the constant in life, one thing we are sure of is that we shall all die. But that doesn't make it any simpler when it actually happens. Mine is to give something small, a small medical history of what transpired. But that does not make it any simpler. It is very hard to take care of anyone for that long without getting close to the individual. He was under our care, I would say our care because I'm representing a team, for around 3 months. Of course, it had been noted the history of the some diabetes, hypertension, but and the fact that he had been ill for some time. He developed some episodes of infections, initially from home, then in the hospital. The infections kept progressing, going to different organs. We used all antibiotics, we evaluated, we treated. There was a big team, all specialists, until towards the last 2 weeks, the treatment were on. We noted that despite the fact that we had the diagnosis and we had the treatment, we reached a point whereby the treatment is causing side effects which are also potentially lethal, and also the disease process is also progressing. It was at that point where we also, with the difficulty, had to update the family on the progress at that point, and we had to let him rest. The infection eventually proved to be difficult, multi-drug resistant infection, resistant to very many antibiotics. May the good Lord, as I conclude, may the good Lord keep us all strong in this period as we both remember and celebrate the life of an exceptional individual. Thank you.
Banyabo ne bassebo ndi wano n'abaganda bange abalala. Waliwo Betty Birungi, mukyala Mugerere. Waliwo Namirembe Prosi. Waliwo Sengo Isaac. Bonna Professor tubadde tumuyita taata. Badde neerabidde, waliwo ne mukyala wa Dr. Kimuli, ye Dr. Lydia Kimuli.
Oh, yeah.